Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday afternoon from the Pregame. It's the 2026 North Dakota State A Boys Basketball Tournament, where today, opening tip between Central Cass and Turtle Mountain will get things underway here from the Pregame. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. I'm Chase Miller. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast here as we get you set for our first game here of the State A Tournament. We will follow Central Cass win, lose, or draw through all three games here throughout the state tournament. Here's what the bracket features throughout the day. Central Cass, Turtle Mountain as the 2-7 matchup with Central Cass out of Region 1, Turtle Mountain out of Region 3. 4 wins Minnewaukee, the number 3 seed will battle number 6 seed Shiloh Christian at 2:45. The evening portion of the bracket at 6:30 will be number 1 Devils Lake against number 8 Dunseith. Then the 4-5 matchup of Beulah and Wahpeton at 8:15. The consolation semifinals at 1 and 2:45 tomorrow, with the semis at 6:30 and 8:15. 7th place game on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with the consolation championship at 11:45. 3rd place at 3 o'clock with the championship at 5 o'clock on Saturday. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the road for both Central Cass and Turtle Mountain to get to the state tournament. Also talk about the history between these two schools, and as well the history particularly from Turtle Mountain looking for their first win at a state boys event in nearly 3 decades. We'll talk about that and more still to come today on our Irie Insurance pregame show. I'm Chase Miller with you courtside from the Dome.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of the Fargo-Moorhead area and surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into settling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
As we continue on the pregame show here today from the Fargo Dome, let's take a look as well at what's going on up at the Monmouth State Dome a little bit later on today. They have the State B tournament with the number 2 seed, the Ray Jays, going up against number 7 seed of North Star, the Bearcats. You have Our Redeemers and Bishop Ryan in the 3-6 matchup. Also at the State B, Central McLean at undefeated on the season going up against the Nelson County Chargers at 6:30. Then a nightcap of Midway Minto, the Mustangs, squaring off with Medina Pingree Buchanan a little bit later on here this evening. That's the State B. We'll keep you apprised of what's going on out there if Ray and North Star finish up before our coverage wraps up today here between Central Cass and alongside Turtle Mountain. Take a look at the Turtle Mountain Braves. Belcourt, if you're from the area, is what they call themselves, but again from the NDHSAA, they go by Turtle Mountain against the state tournament field here for the Braves. They're 2-5 against the state tournament field. First time since the year 2015 that they've made it to a state boys basketball tournament. They made it 4 times in Class A when they're in the old WDA for their division, and then in the conference of the Class A as well. They made it in 93, 95, 97, and 2015. They made it 2 times when they were Belcourt back in 1970 and 71, and now 1 time here this year. 2 times they made it to a state championship, but they've never won a state title in program history. They are runners-up against New England St. Mary's back in 1970, 54-53. And fell to the Shanley Deacons in the 1997 state tournament, 70-62 here for Turtle Mountain. For the Braves, looking for their first win at a state tournament since 1997. In fairness, though, it's just the second time since 97 that they've made it to a state boys basketball tournament. 2015, they went 0-2 and they did not play a 7th-place game, as the teams have taken the court now for both Central Cass and Turtle Mountain. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, 3 state titles in program history back in 1955, 1968, and 2023, with their most recent state tournament coming in 2023 from the Bismarck Event Center when they went a perfect 26-0 here for the Central Cass Squirrels. 10th time they made it to state, and most recently again was 2003 as the Squirrels, the 2 seed out of Region 1, with all region selections of Easton Halling, Cash Lorenz, and Andrew Zemer, going up against the Turtle Mountain Braves out of Region 3. They have the Region 3 Senior Athlete of the Year in William Breland, also region selections of Balin Frederick and Easton Peltier as well, and the Coach of the Year in Region 3 hails from Turtle Mountain with the Braves head coach DJ McGillis as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the coaches coming up around the corner. But when we return, we'll talk about these 2 teams playing earlier this season in Devil's Lake, what the matchup was there, some of the players to watch out for, that and more still to come before our coaches' conversations here today from the Fargo. It's Central Cass and Turtle Mountain. You win, you got a semifinal round matchup, and tomorrow night at 6:30. You lose, you play in the consolation bracket 24 hours from now at 1 o'clock. Back with more from the Dome after this.
New Solid Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
As we dive into the matchup a little bit more here on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. Take a look at the matchup a little bit more here in this one. For the Turner Mountain Braves at 18-6 on the season, averaging 67 points per game defensively, giving up 54 points per contest. They made their way to the Fargo Dome with a win over Nedros in the Region 3A quarterfinals. Topped Rugby in the semis by 5 points in the Region 3A tournament. Lost then to Dunseith in the region title by 5, but beat Trinity 62-59 in a state qualifier here for Turtle Mountain. Take a look at some of the players to watch out for. If you start with the Region 3 Senior Athlete of the Year in William Breland, the 6-foot senior guard averaging 12 points and 2 assists. From there, you got Balin Friedrich, a 6'5 sophomore, averaging a double-double of 12 points and 10 rebounds. And then you have Easton Peltier, the 5'10 junior, averaging 11 points and alongside 2 assists here for Turner Mountain. For some of the players to watch out for this Braves team, talking with Matt Norman earlier in the week, he said, you know what, once you get to state, you throw the records away, you throw the seeds away, and it's about matchups. And he goes, Turner Mountain's a tough matchup for anybody because you can't just focus on one particular athlete when you got 4 of them averaging 10 or more points at any given night, so to speak. Someone could go off and be the difference maker here from a opponent perspective, talking with Matt Norman. Well, on the opposite side here for the Central Cass Squirrels at 18-5 on the season, averaging 75 points per game defensively, giving up 58 points per contest. The road to state a little less traveled, if you will, if you're Central Cass, with a bye in the Region 1A tournament with the number 1 seed. They only had to play twice in the region tournament, and they took full advantage. They defeated Wahpeton 73-47 in the Region 1A semifinals, and defeated Oak Grove in the Region 1A championship 72-54 here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Take a look at their balance of attack as well. They have 4 players in double digits here for Matt Norman's team, led by the 17 of Cash Lorenz for the junior guard. Easton Holland averaging 14 points per game. Andrew Zemer, the sophomore, averaging 12 points and 7 assists. And Cole Brewer, the 6'2 sophomore, averaging 10 points per contest here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Those are some of the players to watch out for as these two teams going into this one. Just going back a couple of weeks ago to Thompson and Rugby, it took both teams a little while to get into it in a game in which 2 weeks ago in Jamestown at the State A Girls Basketball Tournament, Thompson won 39-38. We'll see if that's the case, or can both teams, and sometimes in a new venue and a new tournament, it's the team that has a good start could possibly secure a spot in the semifinals. Good crowd here for both Turner Mountain and alongside Central Cass making their way to the Fargo Dome, with the opening tip going to be closer to probably about a 105-110 opening tip here between Central Cass and Turner Mountain. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll get to our coaches' conversation. We'll hear from DJ McGillis here for the Turner Mountain Braves. Then we'll hear from Matt Norman of the Central Cass Squirrels. It's all ahead of our starting lineups and the opening tip today. It's the State A quarterfinals here from the Fargo Dome, and you've got a front row seat on yourlivevent.com.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed. We're that kind of seed company.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime, serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond. We are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Join us on the pregame show here today, brought to you in part by IRA Insurance from the Fargo Dome. It is the opening day of the 2026 State A Boys Basketball Tournament. It's the Braves of Turtle Mountain going up against the Squirrels of Central Cache. Join us from the Braves' perspective is their head coach, that's DJ McGillis. And for you, DJ, just to get to this point, first time in 11 years this program has made it to state. Let's start there. Just what does it mean for the community and this program to get back to state here this season?
Well, the kids are so excited because, like you said, 11 years, and, 2 years ago when I took over this position, the kids were adamant about wanting to work so hard that they could get here and putting in all those mornings and those workouts and those camps and, spending time with these guys, trying to get them to become a team. And it means everything to get back to state. These kids are excited. They have never seen this before as far as being on the court. So, it's what they work for. I'm glad they get to enjoy it. We stumbled a little bit in the regionals, played a really good game against a good, solid Dickinson Trinity, and fought our way to get here. And that was the thing. They said, we can't let this go. We need to get there. We have to get there. Just to see them pull together and encourage each other, any coach would love that.
As you look at this particular matchup with Central Cache, you played them at Devil's Lake earlier this season, a very tight game. What can you take away from that, or maybe how have both teams changed a little bit, DJ, from that game back at Devil's Lake?
Well, I think there are a little bit of changes. Central Cass has just got some unbelievable athletes. They can shoot the ball well, so we're going to have to put a little bit more pressure than we did. And they're quick to the hole. They're big, and they're a tough team, but we do match up with them a little bit. And I just hope that we come out and match the intensity and not. We had leads in that game quite a few times, but they're the kind of team that they can go on the same runs. They've got a great shooting, and I've watched them throughout the regional, and they did just that to win the region. Only one seed out of the four that won their tournament, and they're on a roll right now. So they're going to be a little bit prepared for us. I think they want a little revenge to kind of show who they are. We're just going to come out and pressure, and hopefully we knock down shots. We haven't been shooting the ball really well the last 5 games, so that's a key to us. We got to come on and just be relaxed and not let the moment get too big.
When you see the Braves playing well from your perspective as a head coach, what is something that's a trait or characteristic that maybe best describes this team this year through 32 minutes of basketball, whether it's on or off the court?
Well, I think the hard thing is we're deep. We'll go 9-10 kids if we can, and every one of them can put up double figures, and that's tough to coach against when we don't have really the guy leading with 20-plus points. Some nights we'll have a guy with 20, and some nights we have different people. So we're a tough matchup. If they're all playing together and they share the ball, it's going to be tough to guard.
You had a couple players that made the all-region team to your 3 selections, to your point, DJ, the senior athlete of the year, and William Breland. Let's just talk about, I guess, William being the senior athlete. Just kind of what does he do on off the floor this season for the Braves?
Well, he's he's a vocal kid. And we needed that on the court because we normally have a lot of quiet kids. They just play their game. And Williams really stepped up and led this team. He's led it some nights by points. He's led it just sometimes by just playing hard. But he keeps the team together and just kind of fires them up a little bit. And he's like another coach, which you want on the court. And that's been a huge plus. And he's done that all year long, getting them to workouts, making sure they're getting open gyms, making sure that we enjoy ourselves. He picks out the places we're going to eat, does all the little things that, your assistant coach would do. So he's been a big plus for us. And it's tough when you're losing senior kids like this, but he's training the younger ones also.
Final thing for me, DJ, is what's the one thing? Is it, you mentioned it, a game of runs, transition? Is it rebounding, taking care of the ball? What is one area that the Braves have to do well here today against Central Cass?
Well, that's just it. Rebounding has been our tough point. And if we don't rebound with them, it's going to be a long night. We also have to make some shots.
Hey, Hey, DJ, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here today.
All right, thank you.
That again from the Braves' perspective, their head coach, that's DJ McGillis with us here on our pregame show.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Join us here from the Central Cast Squirrels as part of our coaches' conversation on our Irie Insurance pregame show here ahead of the opening tip-off from the Dome is Matt Norman for Central Cast as they get ready to open up the state tournament against Turtle Mountain and the Braves. Matt, as you just take a look at this, just your experience, what is day one of a state tournament in a brand new venue so different than maybe a region tournament or a game on a Tuesday or Thursday, in December and January? What makes the state tournament just unique in its own right, no matter what time of the day or when you play here for your quarterfinal round matchup?
It's just so unique that we've had some really good teams over the past few years, but this is the second time that we've been there since 2012, and so it's going to be something that comes with a lot of emotions, and emotions are good, especially if we can channel them in the right direction. Kids are going to be excited. They've been dreaming of this. We were watching some of our state tournament from 2023 back. You could see some of these kids in the fans or in the stands as little sixth graders and fifth graders, and it's just fun for them to be able to kind of be a part of our past championship, and really really excited to kind of leave their own mark. But we gotta battle some nerves. We gotta battle some excitement, and we gotta battle some good teams. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you mentioned good teams at Turtle Mountain. I looked down, they got 3 all-region players, a coach of the year, a senior athlete of the year, Mr. William Breland, the senior athlete of the year for a backcourt guard. So when you just put the Braves on tape, you put them on paper, what or who stands out from your perspective in terms of the matchup and the second time that you played them here this season, Matt?
Yeah, it's a tough matchup for us. It might look like an easy matchup, but if you look at just the seeding with a 2-7, but that is not the reality. They're well coached. They work their tails off. I think their effort towards rebounding might be the best in the state, to be honest. And they score well. They got 4 kids that average over 10 points per game, and they love to play fast, and that's kind of our brand of basketball. So we have 2 styles that are similar. When we played them earlier in the year, they shot well against us, and we really didn't shoot well. And that's a credit to them and all their efforts they put in. And so we've got some matchup issues that we have to keep tabs on. We look at Will, their senior athlete. He's a tough match. The Peltiers are a tough match. The Dakotas are also tough for us too, because they've got kids that can score it pretty consistently, and it's not always in a conventional way. They finish contested. They take some tough shots, and once they get rolling, they seem to ride that momentum really, really well. So we've got to lock in. We got to defensively make sure that we're present mentally, and understand that if we can string together scores and stops, that's going to be huge for us.
Matt Norman, head coach for Central Cass, joining us. Just looking at your particular games this season and the balance of schedules, the St. Peters of the world of Minnesota, but then North Dakota, all the losses by single digits, and 3 of those 4 to teams who've made it to a state tournament, one who almost made it to a state tournament in Oak Grove with 4 wins, Minnewacan, Devils Lake, and alongside with Wahpeton. So how do you think the strength of the schedule has helped you get to this point of the season and can get you ready for, as you alluded to, really good teams once you get to this weekend here, Matt?
We preach it consistently. We want tough games on our schedule. And our losses, they're zero fun, but we knew that they would help build the character that we needed, and honestly, just make sure we're competing every week. You go and you play in Oak Grove, that's a tough out. You go play in Wahpeton, that's a tough out. 4 wins, that's a tough out. So we had to make sure that we were ready to roll. Right from the beginning of the year, and make sure that we were mentally present to roll with those punches. I've mentioned that we're young, and so we're a little inconsistent at times. Now we're becoming more consistent, and that's part of growing throughout a season. But there are some of those ebbs and flows of you play a quality team and you're not shooting well. How are you mentally going to respond to that? And can we rally one another? And that's our biggest. It's our biggest X factor. Can we stay mentally present? Can we make sure that our defense travels? And then can we have the confidence in ourselves and our abilities and all that we've worked for to make sure that we can put one foot in front of the other?
Final thing, maybe you alluded to right there, Matt, is just kind of what's an X factor? Obviously, there's media timeouts, so that chops up the game a little bit. As a coach, you get to talk to the guys a little bit more, but maybe it's tougher to get into a rhythm. Is it, taking care of the loose ball? As we alluded to, both teams maybe want to get up and down in terms of the stylistic of play. So what is the one thing from your perspective once you get to, opening tip-off here that you're going to say, hey, we need to do this well to have a chance to come out with the victory and see if we can get to the semifinals tomorrow night?
I don't want to oversimplify it, but we have to be the aggressor. That means we have to match their physicality and exceed it. We have to make sure that we're not reactionary to the game, right? We want to be the one that put pressure on the rim. We want to be the one that makes them feel uncomfortable. And that's been the case for every single game this year. When we're aggressive, when we're rotating, when we're communicating, we're a tough team to play against, just like most teams are when they can rotate and communicate and share. And so that's our thing. We ask the guys all the time when we're going through film, were you the aggressor? How was our rotation? Okay. And was our effort unquestioned? So if those things are true, we're going to be able to have some fun and be in some great moments throughout this tournament. Regardless of wins and losses, if we do those things, we're going to continue to build towards where we want to be.
Hey, Matt, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here today against the Braves.
I appreciate it as always. Thank you.
That again, Matt Norman, head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, with us here on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
As we've heard from the coaches, it's now time to get to our starting lineups in a moment, but that does it again for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all, from home to auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. For Turtle Mountain, they're the number 7 seed, so they will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Central Cass, virtue of the higher seed at number 2, will be the home team on the scoreboard here as we get you ready for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. For Turtle Mountain at 18-6 on the season, longest win streak of the year is 7. That was from December 22nd through January the 15th. They got here with a win over a state qualifying opponent in Dickinson Trendy for the Monmouth State Dome back on Saturday, 62-59. Turtle Mountain will go like this. Chase Peltier, a 5'10" sophomore guard. Peltier at 5'10". You got Easton Peltier, his brother, a 5'10" junior. Balin Frederick, the 6'5" sophomore, averaging 12 points and 10 rebounds per contest, with Asher Trottier, the 6'2" senior forward. And then from there, the Region 3 senior athlete of the year, and William Breland, the 6' senior guard. Chase Peltier, Easton Peltier, Frederick Trottier, and Breland here for head coach DJ McGillis, the Region 3 coach of the year. For Turtle Mountain in their black attire with Braves across the front, with the maroon numerals and lettering outlined in gold, with a little bit of a checkerboard down the stripe here, alternating between gold and maroon here for Turtle Mountain. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, head coach is Matt Norman with a mark of 18 wins and 5 losses on the season. They'll go like this: an All-Region 1 selection of Easton Holland, the 6'4" junior guard, with another All-Region 1 selection of a junior guard in Cash Lorenz, and keep that theme going, a All-Region selection of Andrew Zemer here for the sophomore guard. Keegan Peterson, a 6'1" senior, and Cole Boer, the 6'2" sophomore forward for Central Cass. For the Squirrels again, Holland, Lorenz, Zemer, Peterson, and Cole Boer here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Winner plays in the semifinals tomorrow night at 6:30. Loser will go into the consolation bracket and play 24 hours from now and try to see if they can be at least the top 5 team in the state. That's our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Chase Miller with you courtside today as we get you set. We're following Central Cass throughout the course of the State A Boys Basketball Tournament here from the Fargadome, and a really nice looking crowd on tap here for our opening day of the State A. The winner of this contest will play the winner of our next one, with 4 wins, Minnewacan and Shiloh Christian. That game coming up at 2:45. Devils Lake Dunseith and Beulah Wahpeton are the matchups a little bit later on tonight. Opening tip at 1:12, and let's get the State A Boys Tournament underway as Holland in the circle going up against Frederick here for Turtle Mountain. Then Walden, our official, going to do the honors here to get the 2026 state tournament, as they got a red light across the far side for our media timeouts to make sure we get the thumbs up that we're good to go and back to business. 4 8-minute quarters, 35-second shot clock, and you get a couple of more media timeouts in each quarter, so you only have 4 timeouts respectively for both Matt Norman and DJ McGillis to work with. We get the thumbs up, so let's time to play some high school basketball. The State A is underway from the Dome. Opening tip won by Holland. That one will go in the front court to Zemer. Zemer will see it left hand side of Cole Boer. Little man pressure defense by Turtle Mountain. Ball comes up top to Lorenz. Lorenz will see it crossing over left to right to the paint from the right block. Right-handed scoop for 2. And the opening 2 points of the State A goes to Cash Lorenz and the Central Cass Squirrels. Nice little ISO play where they had 4 on one side, Lorenz on the other, as Central Cass will also match with a little man pressure defense. They're switching off the screens. Breland zings it left and inside to Chase Peltier. Peltier at the left block uses up the dribble, now gives it back up top to Trottier. Trottier to the left baseline. He gets walled off from 10 feet up top to Peltier through his hands. It's nearly over and back. Chase Peltier with 10 seconds on the shot clock makes his way to the paint. Finger roll, layup no. Rebound comes down to Lorenz. Lorenz wants to get out in transition. Lorenz leaves this one right-handed side to Peterson. Ball gets deflected. It's loose, and eventually a turnover as Breland will come away with it. Breland crossing over inside. Floater from 13, up and in. And both teams starting off here with a couple of field goals early as Turtle Mountain and Central Cass tied at 2 apiece. 60 seconds have gone by on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Ball goes to Lorenz. Lorenz at the right wing. Gives it back up top to Holland. Holland rips it through. Paint opens up. Holland to the paint. Gets fouled and counted. Oh, what a move by Easton Holland. The junior guard with the end one. Foul will be assessed here on Turtle Mountain, as this one will go against Trottier, his first. Little 5-out offense, and Holland was patient, just kind of let everything make its way through, and no one came and helped out after he got by his defender. Holland hits the free throw attempt, and Central Cass with 3 points just like that. They lead it now 5-2. Turtle Mountain with Peltier. Little half-court trap. Peltier bounce pass right-hand side. Breland now to Frederick. Frederick inside the paint, uses up the dribble, backing his way down off of Boer, up and in with the left hand. Now the big man on the inside at 6'5" for Frederick puts one off the window. Turtle Mountain back within one. Lorenz goes the other side. He lost it. Board will be underneath here to Frederick. Frederick going to be the tallest athlete on the floor here today. As this one goes to Peltier, he lost it. Frederick will see this one with a couple of dribbles trying to get by Holland. Frederick on the baseline, now to Breland. Breland zips this one to the baseline to Trottier, left baseline. Now to Breland, left wing. Breland gets by Lorenz inside the paint. Slip pass, Frederick off the window, up and in. And for the first time today, Turtle Mountain, the Braves will be playing with a lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Zemer quickly gets this one up to Peterson. Now back to Andrew. Zemer takes the rub screen by Holland, crossing over right to left, then left to right. Left-handed scoop shot, no. Rebound comes down to Breland, and he wants to bookie. Breland in the front court. Breland 2 hard dribbles and throws this one to the Central Cass Squirrel mascot. Turnover on Turtle Mountain. As Breland was looking to have a head of steam down the paint, then zip it to the left short corner after a double team came, but just no one was there from a Turtle Mountain perspective. As the Braves now with a little full court token press. Peterson gets in the front court to Holland. Holland 2 hard dribbles to the paint. Holland high off the window, no. Rebounds loose, and Trottier will come away with it, and then we get a foul on Central Cass. Foul on the Squirrels at the 5:23 mark, and we'll have a media timeout on the floor. Foul will be assessed here. Looks to be on Andrew Zemer, his first, and the team's first. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, 5:28 left to play in the opening quarter. It's Turtle Mountain 6, Central Cass 5, here on your LiveVent.com.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed. We're that kind of seed company.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Turtle Mountain with the basketball after the media timeout on the floor. As they will see this one to Peltier, right-handed side to Trottier. Guarded by Boer, back to Chase Peltier, now to Breland. Breland guarded by Peterson will zing this one near sideline as they work it to Trottier on the right baseline. Able to skip the ball left-handed side to Easton Peltier, now to Chase's brother. Chase with a jumper from the left elbow, 14-footer long, and a foul will be assessed here on Turtle Mountain. Just out of position was Easton Peltier. That'll be his first. The team's second on the way for the Turtle Mountain Braves. Get a substitution as Peterson will check out. Ben Nelson will check into the contest for Central Cass. This will be the first sub of either team's day. As the Central Cass Squirrels and the Turtle Mountain Braves, second time they played this season. First time was a nail-biter. Boer left baseline triple as they broke the press. And Mr. Cole Boer, a 45% three-point shooter's lethal. He's got his first field goal to State A. It was 62-60 in Devil's Lake at the East-West crossovers. Trottier makes his way right down Broadway for two from the left baseline. And we're tied at 8 apiece. Well, We said in our pregame show who can maybe have a good start could find a way to win this. Well, both teams have canceled that out. As Andrew Ziemer, right wing, goes between the legs. Now to Lorenz. Lorenz at the top of the key. Jumper, he'll rise. The three. That'll go long. Rebounds loose and eventually saved, but right to Boer. Boer back to Lorenz. Lorenz makes his way inside. There's a foul. Foul will be on the floor. We'll see who it's on. There was a couple of brave hands there. The foul will be assessed on Easton Peltier. That's his second, the team's third, as we see a couple of substitutions of Wes Davis, a 6'2 senior forward, coming in here for Turtle Mountain, and also coming into the contest will be Taven Dakota, the 6-foot junior guard. Ziemer, top of the key, takes a couple of hard dribbles. Dakota walls him off now to Nelson. Nelson with a little shake and bake move to Holland. He'll rise. The three-pointer's long. Rebound to Nelson. Nelson seizes on the interior. Here's Holland, and there's a block shot underneath. Holland banging for it on the interior. Right block, and he continues to work. And the junior now puts it back up and in for the right block. That was a hard-earned 2 points from a Squirrel perspective. Chase Peltier will see this, trying to get by Lorenz. Turnaround jumper from the window up and in. Chase Peltier ties this game up at 10 apiece, and it's our third tie of the first quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Ziemer takes the ball screen. Ziemer makes his way to the paint, off the window, got it to go. Andrew Ziemer with the little rub screen by Nelson, able to finish from the left block, and the Squirrels and the Braves trading buckets here in the opening 4.5 minutes. Turn them out with Breland, gives it back up top to Peltier. That's Easton. Easton to the paint, shovel pass to Davis. It's thrown away by Ziemer. Ziemer goes up the floor to Nelson. Nelson, right wing, nearly walked with it. Tries to find a trailing Holland, can't. It's a turnover, and the Braves will move it up the floor quickly. And Easton Peltier, finger roll, layup is short. Ball is loose, and Ziemer will come away with it. Ziemer to Lorenz, who needs a shot clock in this game. Lorenz, skip pass. Here goes Boer from University drive. Three-pointers long. Rebound comes down underneath, and the Braves will rip it through with Dakota. Taven Dakota in the front court. We'll see this, and Ziemer with a steal. Ziemer with the head of steam, trying to go coast to coast. Left-handed finger roll layup up and in, and a timeout for Tournament. Andrew Ziemer, he's a smooth criminal on a Thursday afternoon. It's the Central Cass Squirrels 14, Turtle Mountain 10, 2:45 to play in the opening quarter.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Broadcasting today from the Nodak Insurance Company, Mitch Minnendorf Agency broadcast booth. I'm Chase Miller with you here courtside from the Fargonome. Solid protection with quality products and someone with answers. That's Mitch Minnendorf with Nodak Insurance Company in Castleton. Your local agent with answers at 347-4401. That's 347-4401. Mitch Minnendorf Agency. So timeout here for Turtle Mountain. You get 4 of them in the quarterfinals here with the media timeouts. Right now, Central Cass led by the 5 of Holland, the 4 for Ziemer. Turtle Mountain led by the 4 points of Frederick. And this is the largest lead of the game for Central Cass at 4 with 2:45 to play on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in quarter number 1. Go to dhb.bank. That's dhb.bank. Share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. After the timeout, Braves will see this in the front court as Chase Peltier will give it up the floor, and there's another steal. Guess who? Ziemer. Ziemer off the window, up and in. Andrew Ziemer with the last 4 points of steal and scores, and the Squirrels now lead it 16-10. Into the contest now for Central Cass is Lucas Christensen as he's guarding the point. Ball goes right-hand side to Dakota on the interior. Frederick, and Nelson with the rejection on the baseline. Ben Nelson, the 6-foot sophomore, gives it 5 inches against Frederick, and he says, I don't care. I'm going to throw it back to the student section. As Turtle Mountain will see this now with Dakota, as Turtle Mountain looking to get things in rhythm offensively here, trying to see something go through the cylinder for the Braves. Couple of dribbles by Davis at the high post. Davis to the paint, finger roll, layup up and in. Good move by Wes Davis. top of the key, went right to the 10, and Turtle Mountain back on the board, down by 4. Zemer crossing over left to right on the hesitation move, now to Cash, right to the key, rainbow triple off the iron, no rebound, won by Davis, and they want to get out in front as they do with Dakota. Dakota weaving his way in transition, runner from 13, no, rebound, put back Dakota off the front iron. Dakota comes up with it, Nelson will rip it off of the shin of Dakota, and it will be Central Cass basketball. As Breland will come back into the contest as Dakota will check out. For the Central Cass Squirrels, you got Zemer Holland alongside with Zane Blix now on the floor. Ben Nelson and Cash Lorenz will get to Turtle Mountain's 5 here in a moment with just over a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Zemer, little ISO play to the plate, finger roll, reversal up and in. All right, now for Turtle Mountain, they just haven't had the help side there defensively as Breland will go the other side of the paint, and he lost it. Central Cass gets the steal. Guess who again is Zemer? Bounce pass across the way looking for Holland, and Holland takes out a Turtle Mountain cheerleader. Both look to be okay with Holland and the Turtle Mountain Braves cheerleader here across the far side. Kind of just holding their breath a little bit, talking with one of our officials, and that was Easton Holland running a post pattern in football, and the free safety was the cheerleader. Both look to be okay. For Turtle Mountain, you'll see this with Easton Peltier, Breland. Also Frederick Davis on the floor and Trottier as they break the press. Left-handed side goes Davis, left wing 3, and an out no good. Trottier with the rebound. Trottier tries to stay with it. Davis gets on the deck. Davis gonna see this one with Zemer or Blix, and we get a jump ball, and the arrow will stay with Turtle Mountain. Both teams getting physical in a state tournament game, what you would expect. Trying to set the tone, not just for this particular contest, but maybe for the weekend if you can come away with a win. And waiting to see Shiloh Christian and 4 wins Minnewacan going to take center stage after this game wraps up. Davis inside Frederick, and Frederick had his defender on a back hip. Jackson Deutsch will pick up the foul. Deutsch with his first, team second. Deutsch was trying to get in front after they inbounded it. Frederick just had the steal on the baseline, or the steal on the baseline. Breland inbounds it to Davis now at the top of the key. Davis sees this one back up top as Easton Peltier will handle it. Peltier taking the screen, uses up the dribble, now to Trottier left of the key. Trottier, he'll rise, the three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound to Holland. Easton Holland will see it now to Zemer. As Andrew Zemer, the 6'1 sophomore guard, will take the ball screen by Nelson. Zemer crossing over left to right now, gives it back to Holland. Holland between the legs, top of the key. Holland to the paint, off the window, and he gets fouled, and Easton will head to the free throw line. Foul assessed on the Braves here, as this will be resulting in a Friedrich foul, his first, team's fourth. These two teams again played back on January the 29th and 24th, that is, in Devil's Lake. It was a 62-60 win for Central Cass, but they had to come back and earn that victory. That was the lone meeting in the 3-division system between these two teams as Holland misses the free throw attempt. Zemer will check out as Keegan Peterson will come back into the contest. Second free throw here for Holland. 30.9 seconds play in the first quarter, up and in. So Easton Holland hits the free throw attempt. Central Cass starting to separate just a skosh as they lead it by 7 late in the first quarter. Breland in the front court, crossing the timeline. Breland gives it near sideline. That'll go to Easton Peltier. Peltier crossing over, looks for a teammate to Trottier, now to Frederick. Frederick with the basketball to Davis. Davis will rise. Left wing triple off the iron, no. Rebound gets tipped around, and Peterson comes away with it. Peterson to Blix with 7 seconds. Blix across the timeline to Deutsch with 4. Deutsch 2 hard dribbles to the paint with 3 seconds. Gets the partially blocked with Frederick. Frederick will come away with it, and that's how we'll end our first quarter play. It's the Central Cass Squirrels 19, Turtle Mountain the Braves 12 after 1 quarter play on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Radio works. Radio gets your message heard. And when you can follow your audience everywhere they go, online, with R&J Broadcasting's digital marketing solutions. From social media ads to targeted display campaigns, our marketing team can help you grow your business with the perfect mix of radio and digital. Visit rjbroadcasting.com or email digital@rjbroadcasting.com to start your digital success.
Broadcasting here today from the Pregame Time Out on the Floor, brought to you in part by Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Company, your agents with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. That again is Chris Moe, Nodak Insurance Company. Chase Miller with you after it was tied at 10 apiece. Central Cass finished off the quarter on a 9-2 run, led by the 8 points of Andrew Zemer, the 6 for Easton Holland. Turner Mountain led by the 4 points of Frederick here in this one after a quick 8 minutes back and forth between these two as we head to quarter number 2 today here from the Pregame. As we're back to business here at the Dome, as Holland will inbound it, able to do so to Zane Blix in the backcourt. Central Cass already with 9 players that have taken the court. Turner Mountain, they've played with 7. Ball goes left and inside of Lorenz. Lorenz at the left wing to the baseline on the bounce pass to Blix. Block shot by Frederick, but right to Easton Holland. It's another block shot by Frederick. Pinballs around to Peterson from the left block. No, it's still loose and eventually out of bounds. It'll be last touch here by Peterson. And hitting the deck hard was Breland. He looks to be all right trying to shake it off, but Frederick at 6'5", the enforcer on the inside, got a couple of deflections and blocked shots to give Turner Mountain a defensive stop. Can they take advantage here in the front court? As Chase will see this one up top to Easton. That's Peltier. Back to Breland here at the left wing, guarded by Peterson. Breland will take a couple of dribbles, crossing over left to right in the paint. Jumper from the baseline now is Frederick. That'll go long. Rebound tip to Cole Boer. Boer up the near sideline to Lorenz. Lorenz at the left wing. Little hesitation move. Lorenz gets fouled, and he will head to the free throw line. Cash Lorenz to line to shoot 2. Foul assessed here on Turner Mountain. This will be on the aforementioned Breland, his first, team's first of the second quarter. State A boys basketball tournament here on yourliveevent.com as Lorenz hits free throw attempt number 1. The State B tournament also going on at the Minot State Dome. Ray and North Star will keep you apprised of how that game is moving along at the Minot State Dome as well in the 2-7 matchup. Free throw attempt number 2 for Lorenz is up and in. Now Central Cass has built their largest lead of the game right now at 9 with 7:13 to play here in the opening quarter. As Turner Mountain looking to get something going offensively here. As Chase Peltier will hand this one off left and inside Trottier. Trottier looking for a back cut, finds one to Dakota. As they leave it right wing, there's going to be a turnover as Holland will come away with it. Holland looking to go coast to coast, and a good deflection here by Turner Mountain. It's still loose, and eventually this will be last touch here by LaFountain. So LaFountain able to get into the game also with Robbie Parisian here, the 6-foot junior forward for the Braves. Turner Mountain will make a substitution with Wes Davis checking in for Trottier. 6:52 left to play in the opening half on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Central Cass leads it by 9. Keegan Peterson will see this now to Blix. Blix nearly a over and back, but enough of the displacement here on the foul by the senior guard and Cruz LaFountain. That'll be his first and the team's second here for Turner Mountain. Otherwise, Blix would have had an over and back, but just got grazed enough by LaFountain to commit the foul. Blix will see this one up top. Turner Mountain going a little zone defense right now. Ball goes left and inside to Lorenz. Lorenz will see a ball screen coming. Lorenz to the right wing makes his way inside. A floater from 10 feet. A short rebound by Frederick. Frederick able to hold on to that one and find a teammate when Chase Peltier. Central Cass looking to double in the backcourt, and we get a foul or a timeout. We'll get a foul first. A foul on Zane Blix. His first, team's first of the second quarter, as Deutsch will check in for Holland. But if you're Matt Norman, you have to, like, defensively, even after a miss, you immediately apply pressure here from a Central Cass defensive point of view. As Chase Peltier in the front court, we'll see this left and inside now for the Braves. The Braves will utilize it with LaFountain. LaFountain makes his way to the paint, off the window, good for 2. Nice little move there by Cruz. Paint opened up in the opening points of the second quarter here for Turner Mountain come at the 6:20 mark. Braves back within 7. Deutsch nearly lost his balance. Gives it to Blix. Extra pass left and inside. Three-pointer by Boers off the mark. Rebound comes down to the Braves. The Braves will see this up the floor. Frederick gets by Blix. Frederick with it to the paint, and there's going to be a foul. This will be on Keegan Peterson. Foul on Peterson here, as this will be his first and the team's second. As Frederick made his way through and able to see Turner Mountain will inbound the basketball as they do at Chase Peltier. As we're going to talk it over here, making sure that the possession arrow changed properly after the quarter break, as well as it will be Turner Mountain to have it on the next arrow. As Peltier to inbound it here is Chase on the baseline, out of bounds left. Fresh 35 on the shot clock for the Braves. Deemer nearly got the steal with one now. Is going to be LaFountain, extra pass left wing. Davis, he'll rise. Three-pointers long, rebound. Boer battling forward on the inside with Deutsch, and Deutsch comes away with it here for Central Cass. Deutsch left and inside to Boer. Boer to the baseline. Lorenz, left pocket three is up and long. Rebound will be out of bounds, and it'll be last deflected here off Peltier. It will be Central Cass basketball. Off of Chase Peltier right in front of the Turner Mountain faithful in attendance here today at the Dome, and much to their chagrin, Central Cass leads it here by 7 with 5:37 to play here in the second quarter. I think the official's going to talk it over to see if there was a fresh 35 or if the shot ever drew iron. If it did not draw iron, they will take it down to probably about 24, 25 seconds here. I think that's exactly what they're doing. It's not a media timeout. Media timeout's coming at the 5.5 and 2.5 minutes of each respective quarter, as they will discuss the respective clock situation here from the Fargo. Chase Miller with you here from the Dome. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast. If you're enjoying the broadcast, simply give us a like on our YouTube game link. You can hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. That and more here on yourliveevent.com. They will reset. They'll make it to 27 seconds on the shot clock. As they get it on the inbounds, Turner Mountain will stay on this little zone pressure defense. Zemer taking a couple of dribbles with it to the baseline to Deutsch. Deutsch to the baseline, Lorenz. Lorenz with a shot fake, got a man in front of him. Lorenz with the three from the left baseline. Cash Lorenz now with 7, and the Squirrels have their first double-digit lead on this Thursday afternoon, up by 10. LaFountain back cut. We'll see this one to Dakota. Dakota inside the paint. Nice little patient move by Shire Dakota. Dakota looked to pass, and he said, you know what, if you're going to give me this shot from 6 feet, I'll use the window, and he took it inside. Boer at the top of the key, shot fake, gives it now to Zemer, right of the key. Zemer, couple of dribbles. Zemer to the paint, off the window, and this will be a offensive or blocking foul, and there'll be a blocking foul and 2 free throws. As we'll see Zemer to the free throw line to shoot 2. As the foul will be assessed here on Turner Mountain, that'll be their 3rd of the quarter. We'll take a break as well on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Central Cass with 2 free throws when we come back. 4:50 left to play in the opening half.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
24-16, Central Cass with the advantage. Zemer at the free throw line, a 68% free throw shooter on the season, up and in on the first. Central Cass 5 of 6 from the charity stripe so far here in this first half. While on the opposite side, Turner Mountain has yet to shoot a free throw attempt. Zemer, second one here from the Squirrels, and able to hit both of them. Zemer with 10 here for Central Cass, and that's the margin here in this first half of play. Easton Peltier front court left and inside to Breland. Breland's going to spin at the free throw line. Nice pass across the paint, and Lorenz gets up with the block shot as he blocks it off Dakota. Left-handed side, we'll see it now to Deutsch. Deutsch gets doubled, and there's going to be a foul here on Turner Mountain with the body. This will be on Wes Davis. his first and the team's fourth. Central Cass will see this on the inbounds on the near sideline with Andrew Zemer. For Turner Mountain looking to win a state tournament game here this weekend for the first time since 1997 in program history when they finished runner-up to Shanley that year in the State A. Nice bounce pass by Lorenz to the right short corner. Payne opens up, and Deutsch with his first field goal of the afternoon. Squirrels in it by 12. Left and inside goes Braylon. Double team comes, working with it up top now to Easton Peltier. Peltier at the right wing. He'll hang, shoot. The shot is up long. Rebound is loose, and eventually will be last touch here by the Squirrels in Holland. Turner Mountain made it in 1997 to the State A, falling short to Shanley 70-62 in a state championship game. Then in 2015 was the last time they made it to state. That's when it was the old two classes in Class A, also at the Fargo here for the Braves. As this one goes through the hands after the inbound of Easton Peltier. Turnover for Turner Mountain. Those are starting to mount a little bit, as Ben Nelson will see it now to Holland up top. Holland goes between the legs. Holland weaves his way right-handed side now to Zemer. Zemer goes between the legs inside the paint. Slip pass Holland. Holland with the reversal to the right block, up and in for two. And a timeout on the floor. Central Cass leads it by 14. 3:52 to play in the opening half. It's Central Cass 30. The Turner Mountain Braves 16.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
Nah, I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe. That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Chase Miller with you courtside inside the Fargo Dome. That timeout brought to you in part by Chris Moan with Nodak Insurance Company, your agent with answers in Grand Forks and Nelson County. That, again, is Chris Moan. 30-16, Central Cass with the advantage here over Turtle Mountain. So far, the Squirrels outscoring the Braves 11-4 in this second quarter. A couple of dribbles left and inside Trottier. Trottier left wing. We'll see this one now at the left and inside of Chase Peltier. Peltier looking for the reversal off the window. Got it to go. Good move by Chase Peltier. Goes from the left wing to the right block with the reversal. And the Braves are back on the board here in this second quarter. Zemer in the backcourt. Breedling gets on the deck. Breedling gets the steal. It's still loose, and we get a 10-second as it never was a possession change. As there's going to be a turnover here for Central Cass, as it was never just in a possession, and it was never fully possessed by Breland as he was slipping and sliding on this floor. So good hustle by both teams, but just like that, Breland showed you why he's the senior athlete of the year. He can't take it away from Zemer too often, and he did there. Chase Peltier will give it to his brother Easton. Easton crossing over, jumper from the free throw line, up and in. Easton Peltier makes the Braves a little 4-0 run right now, and this will be a turnover as Zemer looking up the floor to Zemer, and Matt Norman wants to take a timeout on the floor. 3:05 left to play here in the second quarter. Braves fans on their feet. It's 30-20 here on your livevent.com.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime, serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond. We are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
State A boys basketball tournament on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. 4 teams are new from last year's state tournament, and one of them being Turtle Mountain and alongside with Central Cass here, so someone's going to be new into the semifinals with a win. As Turtle Mountain here with Breland. Breland at the right wing will make their way to Trottier. Trottier bounce pass right-hand side of Peltier. That's Chase. Chase gets double back to Breland, right wing. Breland at the right short corner. Bounce pass finds a teammate. That's Trottier looking to go to Frederick. Ball gets tipped now to Peltier. Chase dribble pull back over Zemer from the left baseline, up and in. Chase Peltier, he's got 6, and the Braves now make it a 6-0 run. Zemer front court finds it to Holland. Holland down the paint, and there will be a foul. Going for the ball was Breland, and Breland's going to pick up the foul, and we get a media timeout now on the floor. Foul will be assessed to Breland, his second, team's fifth. We'll have 2 free throws upcoming for the Squirrels, and when we turn on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Central Cass up by 8.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Broadcasting today from the Mitch Middendorf Agency broadcast booth at Mitch Middendorf Agency in Castleton. Solid protection with quality products and someone with answers at 347-4401. That's 347-4401 with Mitch Middendorf Agency in Castleton. Chase Miller with you here today from the Forgerdome. We will follow Central Cass throughout all 3 days. They will either play coming up tomorrow night at 6:30 with the win or 1 o'clock with the loss, and it's the same result for Turtle Mountain with a win or a loss for the same. And then the winner of this game will play the winner of the next contest with 4 wins in Milwaukee and Shiloh Christian. Holland free throw attempt got it to go. Easton with 9 points here as the Squirrels back up by 9. Free throw attempt number 2 for Holland is off the iron. Rebound's going to be loose. Breland will come away with it up the board. Now to Peltier. Peltier going behind the back. That's Easton. He'll make his way inside. A runner over Lorenz up and in. Easton Peltier with 4 points, and the Braves starting to find some rhythm here late in the second quarter. Holland breaks the press to Lorenz. Lorenz goes right down Main Street. Finger roll. Layup. Got it to go. Cash Lorenz able to finish from the left block, and the Squirrels lead it by 9. Lorenz with 9 points in the contest, 7 in the quarter. Trottier right-hand side will give this one to Chase Peltier. Now it's going to be Frederick. The college range 3. In and out, no good. Trottier trying to get the loose ball, does. Trottier gets double-teamed with Peterson right there. Trottier sees this on the skip to Chase Peltier. Now right-handed side. Here goes Easton Peltier, three-pointer off the side of the rim. Rebound to Cash Lorenz. Lorenz to Zemer. Zemer with the basketball at the right of the key. Double team coming, 1:35 to play here in the opening half. Central Cass leads it by 9 as Lorenz will give this one back up top as they work with it to Holland. Holland fakes the handoff to Zemer. Holland at the right wing to the paint, off the window, high up and in. Easton Holland with his second and one of the afternoon. Holland with 11 points, bucket is good. Foul will be assessed here on Trottier. So for DJ McGillis, you have 2 on Easton Peltier, Trottier, and William Breland right now from a Braves perspective. Central Cass 35-24 with the advantage. Free throw attempt here for Holland is in. So Holland hits the free throw attempt. Central Cass leads it by 12 with just over 80 seconds to play here in the opening half. Left-handed side baseline into the game is going to be Wes Davis with the triple from the left baseline as the Squirrels just couldn't get in front of the Braves point guard, and now it's a steal up the floor. Here goes William Breland. Breland gets fouled and count it. Breland with an and one. As there is a turnover, they went up quickly up the floor, and Breland will make his way to the free throw line for the and one. So Lorenz will pick up the foul, his first, team's third, and we'll see a and one opportunity here for Breland, and this will be the first free throw attempt of the contest for Turtle Mountain. And Breland comes up short. Rebound though. Frederick will come away with it, gives it back, and this could be an over and back, as it will be here for the Braves, a over and back violation. Unfortunate there from a Turtle Mountain perspective. Frederick had it, just got doubled and was looking for a teammate and maybe went from first to second gear a little bit too quickly. Turnover here for the Braves. Zemer to inbound the basketball for Central Cass, finds it to Lorenz as the clock will have to go. And the clock took about 2-3 seconds before it got rolling, so they'll have to reset as it's now at 57.8 seconds and 34 seconds on the shot clock. So they will reset here, and the officials will talk it over one more time. And we'll get in a substitution as well as Dakota will check in for Turtle Mountain, as Breland with a couple of those fouls will check out. And that's exactly what As head coach DJ McGillis was saying, hey, we're back within 7 after being down by 14 at the 3:52 mark. It was 30-16. So since then, the Braves have scored 13 points compared to Central Cass's 6. Lorenz at the right wing. Lorenz the baseline off the window. Lorenz can't get that one to go. Rebound by Davis. Davis will get the loose ball, and now it's going to be in the hands of Chase Peltier. Peltier crossing the timeline. Peltier to the paint. Layup up and swirling on out. Rebound is loose. And then Zemer trying to throw it off a Braves shoe, and they do. Zemer throws it off the right shoe of Chase Peltier and able to save the possession for Central Cass. So shot clock at 33 seconds, game clock at 35.6. As they're going to talk it over here, was there enough of a possession when Zemer had it by the time he threw it off of a Turtle Mountain shoe to have a second or two, and they'll say it's a fresh 35 on the shot clock here, and that's what they'll do. Full court pressure defense by the Braves. They do commit a foul. It'll be 2 free throws for Central Cass. Zemer in the front court, as Zemer will play this one up top to Lorenz. Lorenz back to Zemer here. Central Cass can essentially hold for the final shot of the quarter. The Braves don't want to play some sticky defense. Lorenz crossing it back now to Zemer. Zemer nearly at center court now with the basketball right in front of the scores table. 13 seconds remaining here in the half. Zemer, couple of dribbles. We'll look back up top one more time. Zemer, right wing, gets by his man. Zemer to the paint, off the window, got it to go. Turnout looking to inbound it with 2 seconds. They do with 1. Half court heave by Davis. Good if it goes off the top of the backboard, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in the State A quarterfinals, it's Central Cass 38, Turtle Mountain 29 from the Pregame as we head to the half.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No, 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 no! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball size hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
If you're thinking about updating your bathroom or kitchen, don't wait until the last minute. Planning is key. At Ada Building Center LLC on Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, you can check out the brand new displays with the latest in cabinets, countertops, and floor coverings. The Ada Building Center LLC team will guide you through designs and help you secure trusted contractors for the job. Stop today and start planning your remodel. 218-784-3661 or visit adabuildingcenter.com. Ada Building Center, your project starts here.
As we come back here at the half, Chase Miller with you from the Pregame. The Central Cass Squirrels led by the 12 points of Easton Holland and the 12 points of Andrew Zemer. Turtle Mountain led by the 6 points of Chase Peltier after one half of play. Central Cass led it by as much as 30-16 at 3:52 left to play in the first half, and the Turtle Mountain Braves able to come back and cut this one within single digits before the break, tied at 2, 8, and 10 in the first half of play. Here's a look at the bracket making its way through the Pregame throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours. The next contest at 2:45 is scheduled between the 3 seed of 4 wins Milwaukee and the Indians going up against the 6 seed of Shiloh Christian. In the 1-8 matchup, it's Devils Lake Dunseith in the evening portion of the bracket at 6:30, then Beulah and Wahpeton at 8:15. State tournament last year, Kindred defeated Devils Lake in the championship in a whale of a comeback. No pun intended there for the Vikings, 59-58 over the Firebirds. The last 2 years, it's been Devils Lake and Kindred in the respective championship games, but with no Kindred making it to state this year, we'll have one brand new team for sure. There's 4 new teams from last year with Central Cass, Turtle Mountain, 4 wins Milwaukee, and Dunseith, the teams that are back for the second consecutive year of Shiloh Christian, Devils Lake, Wahpeton, and Beulah, with Beulah Devils Lake and Shiloh being here all 3 years at a State 8 boys basketball tournament. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the first half numbers when we return. It's the Central Cass Squirrels 38, the Turtle Mountain Braves 29. We'll continue with more after this from the Fargo.
Join Agassiz Precision Ag for the 2026 Operators Clinic, March 24th and 25th in Hillsboro. Training runs from 9:30 to 4. Lunch will be provided. March 24th dedicated to Gen 3 growers. March 25th on Gen 1 and Gen 2 growers. Everyone's welcome to attend either day or both with hands-on training to get you ready for the season. With questions, call 701-636-2119, 701-636-2119. Agassiz Precision Ag, PlanterDoc.com, helping you grow with confidence.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
At the half here on YourLiveEvent.com, Chase Miller with you here today from the Fargo, where we see the Central Cass Squirrels 38-29 over the Turtle Mountain Braves. Taking a look at the first half numbers, Central Cass 19 points in the first quarter and 19 points in the second. Turtle Mountain with 12 points in the first quarter and 17 in quarter number 2. Team numbers for the Squirrels shooting 53% from the floor at 14 of 26. They're 2 of 7 from the land of 3. 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 14 rebounds, 3 assists to 8 turnovers for Central Cass. While for Turtle Mountain, they have 9 turnovers here in this first half of play. The Braves shooting 45% from the floor, 1 of 9 from 3, 0 of 1 from the stripe, 16 rebounds, 3 assists to 9 turnovers. Individually, Easton Holland 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting, with 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. He got 12 points then for Andrew Zemer on 5 of 6 shooting. He also has 4 steals in the contest. 9 points for Cash Lorenz with a made 3-pointer, 2 of 2 from the stripe here for Cash with an assist. Also from that perspective, he got 3 points for Cole Boer with the made 3 and 2 points for Jackson Deutsch to make up Central Cass's 38. For the Turtle Mountain Braves, they're led by Chase Peltier with 6 points in the contest. You have 5 for Wes Davis off the bench with a made 3-pointer and a couple of rebounds. Breland with 4 points here for Turtle Mountain with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. From there, you got 4 points for Easton Peltier on 2 of 5 shooting from the floor. 4 points for Frederick early on. He's got 3 rebounds and a block shot as well. 2 points then for Asher Trottier and 3 rebounds for Turtle Mountain. And LaFontaine has 2 points here for the Braves. The Squirrels again led by the 12 of Holland and Zemer, while for the Braves led by the 6 points of Chase Peltier and the 5 of Wes Davis. That is our halftime show today, where the Central Cass Squirrels have a 9-point advantage. And we come back, second half action is next from the Fargo Dome.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
you need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of the Fargo-Moorhead area and surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into settling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
New Solid Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
As we continue here from the Fargo, as we get you to the third quarter of play here on your liveevent.com for our audio-only coverage of the State A Boys Basketball Tournament. The Turner Braves will have Breland on the floor alongside with Chase Peltier. You'll see Frederick with Easton Peltier and Trottier, their original starting five for the Braves. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, Cash Lorenz with Peterson, Zemer, Mr. Easton Holland, and also with Cole Boer, their original starting five as well for the Central Cass Squirrels. Head coach is Matt Norman. Travis Azure, the assistant here for Turner Mountain with DJ McGillis. While for Central Cass, you got Jordan Haslow, Brent Nelson, and Dalton Bartholomew helping out Matt Norman as the assistant coaches here this season. For Turner Mountain, you will see it to Chase Peltier at the left wing. Peltier gets walled off by Lorenz. Now back up top to Easton. Peltier as they work it around the world. Now to Chase. Chase Peltier at the right wing lost his balance to Frederick. Frederick at the high post to the paint, off the window, up and in. Frederick's got 6 points here. And for the Braves, they're back within 7 points. Zemer with it. Finds it to Peterson. Peterson at the left wing. Slows it up. Gives it back to Zemer now. Zemer top of the key. Zemer leaves it now to Boer. Boer, he'll rise. A deep three is up and in from 19th Avenue. Cole Boer with a triple. He's got his second made three-pointer. That was 2 feet beyond the college range three-point line here at the Fargo. Couple of dribbles to the paint. Here goes Chase Peltier off their window. No rebound by Frederick on the putback. Can't go. Holland to Zemer. Outlet up the floor. Here goes Lorenz. Lorenz will spin from the right wing. Another three. Yes! Cash Lorenz with 12. And the Squirrels with back-to-back triples. Lead it by 13. Right-handed side. Here goes Trottier. Trottier with it. Back as it goes to Peltier. Easton Peltier finds a cunning teammate. That teammate's Breland. Wraparound pass to Frederick. This will be a turnover here for the Braves. And from a Central Cass perspective, after giving up 2 points here to open up the half to Frederick, a couple of threes, one by Boer and one by Lorenz, and back-to-back possessions has put a little separation on that Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. 6:37 to play in the third quarter. Central Cass leads it by 13. Zemer, a couple of dribbles left and inside to Cole. Boer will take this one right in front of the scores table, uses up the dribble as he's trying to get into a timeout here with Matt Norman, as Matt Norman used a timeout before. It was a steal for Breland up the other side of the floor. So Matt Norman saw his player in a precarious situation. He saves the possession. 6:25 to play in the third quarter. Time on the floor. It's a media timeout. We'll take a break with them.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
High school basketball here today from the Fargo Central Cass outscoring Turtle Mountain 6-2 to open up the half. Timeout brought to you in part by Nodak Insurance Company with Chris Moe and your agents with answers in Nelson County and alongside the greater Grand Forks area. After the timeout, you'll see it here with Cash Lorenz. Lorenz now gives it to Zemer. Zemer at the top of the key takes the screen by Holland. And now Zemer will step into a left wing three-pointer. As William Breland gets the rebound. Breland in the front court. Able to get across the timeline for Turtle Mountain. Breland to the paint. Peterson is there. Peterson gets the steal. Peterson goes to the other side of the floor as they well up the far sideline. Peterson to the baseline. Here's a Boer. Left pocket three. That's long. Rebound going to be won by Dakota. Dakota pushes up the floor to Breland. Breland gets by Zemer up and in for two. And Breland now has scored in every quarter. He's got 6, and the Braves are back within 11. Zemer handles it now to Peterson. Back to Zemer. Zemer at the near wing will slow it up. Both teams have burned 2 timeouts here. They have 2 remaining here in this contest. Lorenz crossing over left to right to Holland. Holland with a couple of hard dribbles to the high post. Able to spin. Looking for the up and under move. Block shot by Frederick. Holland saves the basketball to Lorenz. Lorenz with a three-pointer is up, in and out, no good. Rebound gets deflected. Dakota to Frederick. It goes back to Dakota as Holland might have got an inadvertent elbow. As this one goes the other side. Dakota, this will be an offensive charge. Lorenz takes the body contact of Dakota. That'll be his first, the team's first of the third quarter. Foul assessed as Braves fans were saying that maybe Lorenz was still moving on the opposite side. You can say from a Central Cass perspective, Lorenz was in position and made the play and absorbed the contact. Lorenz at the right wing, pass on the inside. Peterson wrap around now to Zemer at the left wing. Zemer with the skip to Boer right of the key. Boer will give it back to left-handed side as they work it to Holland. Holland at the left block, double team comes, block shot there. Peterson put back, no. And Frederick will come away with it. Frederick to Breland. Breland pushes the tempo to Dakota. Dakota to the right-handed side of Peltier. That's Easton. Little Euro step through up and in. Easton Peltier's got 6, and for Turtle Mountain, they're back within 9. That's what it was at the half. Lorenz at the high post. Lorenz with a ball fake, now to Peterson. Back to Holland with 4:40 to play in the third quarter. Holland between the legs. Bounce pass to Boer on the left baseline. Sees a man rise. Boer with the 3. That'll go short. Rebound is tipped, and this will be a foul on Frederick. Frederick was going for the loose ball with Easton Holland. The foul will be on Frederick. His second, team second of the quarter, and the Braves with Davis will return alongside with Shire Dakota, and alongside LaFawn will also check in here for the Turtle Mountain Braves. Zemer will see this to Holland. Holland up top, back to Zemer. Zemer with the basketball, left wing to Lorenz. Lorenz will shoot the left wing. 3! Bucket! Cash Lorenz from the left wing. He's got his third three-pointer of the contest. 15 points in the game for Lorenz, and the Squirrels lead it by 12. Full court pressure defense. Braves able to break it. Frederick goes right down the paint. Zemer gets this tip and nearly got the steal the other side of the floor. Central Cass with Zane Blix, Ben Nelson, and Lucas Christensen to check in. Peterson, Boer, and Holland to check out here for the Central Cass Squirrels. And for the Braves, they'll also make one more substitution. Coming into the contest, able to see Chase Peltier returning for Dakota after a quick little breather. Ball goes up top to Davis. Davis will see it left wing to Chase. Peltier with the little cradle rock, bounce pass to Frederick. Frederick top of the key on the sweep. This one goes to Dakota. Dakota at the free throw line, bounce pass to Frederick. Frederick with 10 seconds on the shot clock, leaves it to the baseline. The Braves now with 8 on the left baseline, give it back up top with 5 seconds. Chase Peltier with 4, dribble pull back left wing, three-pointer missing everything. Rebound put back Davis, in and out as it nearly was trying to beat the horn. Blixen gets doubled. It goes out of bounds. It'll be last touch here by the aforementioned Blix. Well, two things. Davis nearly took an air ball and put it back in and went off the right and the left rim before it eventually went out. Blix got the rebound, but then Frederick was immediately there, and Blix lost his position and turned the ball over here for Central Cass. So 3:43 to play in the third quarter. A fresh 35 on the shot clock. Davis will see this at the high post. Davis now on a little slip pass to Dakota to Chase Peltier. Peltier spins at the high post. Bounce pass to the right block through the hands of Frederick, but it goes right to Davis on the right baseline. Now to Easton Peltier to Chase. Chase with 20 seconds back to Easton Peltier. Couple of hard dribbles to the paint. Easton Peltier off the window. There's a foul. Easton Peltier to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul assessed on Zane Blix, his second, team's first of the second half for Central Cass, and the clock will stop with 3:24 to play here in the third quarter of play. Turner Mountain will head to the free throw line to shoot 2 with the junior guard in Easton Peltier. As Peltier, free throw attempt up and in. Central Cass led by 7 after 1 quarter, up by 9 after 2, as Frederick will check out. Trottier will check in. Free throw attempt on the second one here for Easton. As Peltier missing the second one. Rebound comes down to Ben Nelson. Ben Nelson with the basketball here up the floor, able to see it to Andrew Zemer. Zemer will make his way to the high post. Zemer sees this one short. A rebound is going to be won by Zemer now to Ben Nelson. Nelson with the basketball. Right-handed scoop, get fouled and count it. Ben Nelson with the end one. Good move by Ben Nelson. One hard dribble right off the paint. Able to make his way to the free throw line for an and one opportunity. And we get a substitution into the game as the foul will be assessed here for Turtle Mountain. This will be on Chase Peltier, his first, the team's second. And Breland able to come back into the contest now for Turtle Mountain and for Chase Peltier. Ben Nelson will head to the free throw line. Central Cass with a 49-36 advantage. Nelson, 6-foot sophomore, got it to go. Central Cass leads by 14, and the question is, who's going to maybe make that next big run? If it's Turtle Mountain trying to get it back within 2 possessions, if it's Central Cass, you could possibly close the door. Davis, right baseline three-pointer, that goes long. Rebound is loose. Good job for Turtle Mountain to save this one with Dakota threw it off of Zane Blix on the baseline, and it will remain Braves basketball with a media timeout on the floor. We'll take a break with them. 2:57 to play here in the third. It's Central Cass 50, the Braves 36 here on YourLiveVet.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Broadcasting from the Nodek Insurance Mitch Middendorf Agency broadcast booth. Chase Miller with you here today from the Fargo three-pointer after the inbound. Going to be missed by Easton Peltier at the left wing, but then we get a foul on Central Cass with Jackson Deutsch newly inserted with the foul, his second, team second, after trying to box out a Brave on the interior and get the defensive rebound. Braves will inbound it baseline out about right as they give it to Breland. William Breland will see this up top. Good hand by Blix, but it goes right back to Breland. Breland's going to get doubled as they leave it to Trottier. Trottier here at the high post, and we get a 3-second violation here on Turtle Mountain, and the Braves will give it right back. Dakota will see this as the 3-second violation as the Braves now want a little full court pressure defense. Zemer with a couple of dribbles. You'll see this in the backcourt. Zemer left and inside. Wes Davis gets the steal. Davis goes up the floor. Deutsch able to get back for it, hustling, and he's going to barrel roll into the first row of the student section. It looks to be okay. I think as Keiser took the brunt of it. After the wall here, after the floor here, it goes right to concrete before about 6 feet separates the concrete and then the first row of the student section. Davis goes to the left and inside. Triple on the way for Breland's long. Rebound to Lorenz. Lorenz finds it to Deutsch. Double team's coming. Lorenz able to go get the ball. Lorenz baseball pass up the floor. Finds it to Blix. Little easy stroll for 2. The Braves really putting some pressure on in the backcourt. Other side, this one goes to Peltier. There's a block shot. Easton Peltier block shot on the way for Zane Blix, and it will remain Braves basketball. Holland will check in with Zemer as well, as Christensen and Lorenz will check out. Turtle Mountain with Dakota will check out of the contest, and the Braves will make a substitution. Trottier back in as Breland will inbound the basketball. Breland, little slip pass, gets the ball back. Nelson got the deflection on the interior. Peltier throwing it up, no. Rebound, but there's going to be a foul. Easton Peltier to the free throw line to shoot 2. As a foul will be assessed here on Deutsch. That'll be his third, team's third, and we'll see free throws upcoming here for Turtle Mountain and Easton Peltier. For the Braves, they're 1 of 3 from the free throw line here this afternoon. First of 2 free throw attempts is up and in. Someone's going to get their 19th win of the season here today as Turtle Mountain at 18-6 entering play. Central Kansas at 18-5. Free throw attempt number 2 is up and good here for Easton Peltier. Braves back within 14 with just over 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Jackson Deutsch with it up top to Nelson. They break the press. Nelson to the right block. No. Rebound to Frederick, and Frederick will come away with it. Frederick double team. Leaves it right inside Trottier. Trottier looking up the floor as Deutsch trying to get the steal. Trottier right hand side now to Frederick. Frederick with the lane opening up. Bounce pass right hand side. Breland, good shot fake. Breland got his defenders up in the air. Deutsch comes away with the rebound and a foul then on Turtle Mountain. They either got 50 or 44. They'll give it to 50 with Breland. That'll be his third, team's third of the quarter. And with 1:41 to play here in the third, Turtle Mountain will make a substitution as Breland will check out. As Chase Peltier quickly back into the contest alongside with Davis now here for Turtle Mountain. Central Cass trying to contend with this full court press. Deutsch with it in the backcourt. Guarded by Frederick. Deutsch will hand this one off to Blix. Blix across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare now to Deutsch. Central Cass will set up the offense with Zemer. Now to Nelson. Nelson right to the key. Little cradle rock inside the paint. Nelson to the window. Finger roll. Layup for 2. Oh, the sophomore with 5 here in the quarter. Nice move by Ben Nelson. Other side. Right-handed shot. This will be a blocking foul by Easton Holland after the attempt by Chase Peltier. He got right to the rack. Foul assessed on Holland trying to take the charge. His first, team's fourth, and 2 free throws here for Peltier. 1:14 to play in the third quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Central Cass up by 16. Free throw attempt on the way for Chase Peltier is up and off the iron. Second free throw attempt upcoming as Dakota will check into the game here for the Braves. Braves on a Region 3, Central Cass on a Region 1. We'll see a Region 2, Region 4 matchup next with 4 wins Milwaukee and Shiloh Christian and a timeout on the floor. Chase Peltier hits the free throw attempt and a timeout for his head coach with DJ McGillis. 74 seconds to play here in the third quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. 54-39 Central Cass.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps, real-life seed heroes, well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed. We're that kind of seed company.
High school basketball here today from the Fargo Dome. Timeout brought to you in part by Chris Moon, your agents with answers in Grand Forks, Nelson County, and beyond at 701-757-1613 with Chris Moon, Nodak Insurance Company, again, servicing Nelson County and the greater Grand Forks area. Chase Miller with you here courtside. Full court pressure defense. Braves down to one timeout remaining. Ball gets in the front court as Central Cass with Zemer. Skips it to Nelson, and this one goes right into media row, as it will be a turnover here for Central Cass. It'll be their 10th on the way. And the Braves will see it now. Trying to take advantage of that turnover with Chase Peltier. Chase Peltier will see this one up top as Peltier leaves it to left and inside Dakota. Dakota makes his way to the paint, off the window note. Rebound won by Nelson, and Nelson's playing large here in the third quarter. Zemer slowing it up here for Central Cass, down to Nelson. Nelson, two hard dribbles, driving kick to Deutsch. Deutsch at the right post, leaves this one on the interior, but good hand defensively by Dakota. Frederick comes away with a steal. Now it's with Trottier. Trottier will see it, full court pressure defense. Frederick crossing the timeline as he leaves it to the baseline to Dakota. Dakota trying to get by Zemer, gets walled off in the short corner to Trottier. Trottier left wing skip open. Here's a three-pointer. Peltier, book it. Easton Peltier with the tray. And for Turtle Mountain, they're back within 12 points. 15 seconds playing the third quarter. Blakes up the floor to Ben Nelson. Nelson at the right wing, and he will rock the pivot foot. That's a turnover here for Central Cass. As they brought in the front court and just trying to make his way, go right to left, and a turnover here for the Braves. And the Braves, with a made field goal, can try to make it a 10 or 9-point contest to try to beat the Horn with 10.3 here in the third. With it, Chase Peltier in the front court with 7 seconds. Peltier with 5, guarded by Blix. Peltier with 4, gets to the free throw line, makes his way inside, double team comes. Holland gets the rip of the steal, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play. After 3 quarters from the Fargo Dome, it's the Central Cass Squirrels up by 12 as we head to the fourth.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No, 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 no! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
As we head to quarter number 4 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's the Central Cass Squirrels 54, the Turtle Mountain Braves 42 today. From the Fargo Dome, Central Cass with 3 players with 12 or more. You got 15 for Lorenz, 12 for Holland and Zemer. Well, for Turtle Mountain, led by the 7 points here for Chase Peltier, and the 12 points for Easton Peltier, where he erupted for 8 of his 12 in the third quarter. Then you also have 6 points for Breland here today for Turtle Mountain. Win this game, you play in the semifinals tomorrow night at 6:30. Lose, and you head to a loser-out game, or excuse me, a consolation semifinal tomorrow at 1 p.m. Zemer sees us in the front court for Central Cass, takes a screen at the left wing. Zemer with the basketball, now to Lorenz. Lorenz with a couple of dribbles, gets walled off, now to Blix. Blix on the sweep to the paint, left-handed block. Shot, but maybe a little bit potential there by Frederick. Rebound comes down to Trottier. Trottier to Dakota. He'll hang, and this will be an offensive foul. Foul on Dakota for the charge, his second, team's first of the fourth quarter. As you'll see this for the Central Cass Squirrels, as Lorenz will have to contend with this full court pressure defense on the inbound as they give it to Zemer. Zemer with a couple of dribbles in the front court. Zemer makes his way, as he does now, to Holland. Holland at the right of the key. Holland on the handoff now to Lorenz. Lorenz up top. Lorenz will drive, and there's going to be a foul on Turtle Mountain. Foul assist on Easton Peltier, his third, team second. As Central Cass will make a substitution as Lucas Christensen will check in for Ben Nelson. As Nelson will check out, and Zemer to inbound the basketball here for Central Cass. Zemer left and inside to Christensen, back to Zemer. Zemer takes the screen by Lorenz, little pick and pop. Cash at the left wing, he'll shoot the three-pointer. Lorenz in and out, no good. Rebound comes down here to Dakota. Dakota with the basketball, but Blix trying to get the steal. Blix into the backcourt. Blix trying to throw it to a teammate, to Lorenz, and able to save this one in a turnover here for the Braves. Lorenz in the front court will utilize it now, crossing over, gives it up top to Zemer. Zemer with the basketball, takes the screen by Christensen at the top of the key. On the weave now to Blix. Blix at the free throw line, gives it back left and inside to Zemer. Zemer crossing over right to left, spin move inside, finger roll layup. Oh, that was smooth as silk. Zemer with 14. Central Cass leads it by 14. Left and inside to Easton Peltier. Peltier at the left wing, bounce pass, gives it up top. Braves need it. Dakota three, yes. Dakota with the triple, Braves back within 11. 6:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. Zemer in the front court, left wing. Here comes a trap. Zemer at the top of the key now to Lorenz. Lorenz with the basketball to Blix. Blix around the world to Peterson, right wing, back to Zane. Right to the key. Blix will find it to Lorenz. Lorenz extra pass to Zemer. Zemer hard drive down the paint. Leaves it now to Blix. High post to Christensen. Christensen shot no. Rebound going to be won here by Dakota. Dakota, baseball pass up the floor. Here it goes, right-handed scoop for two. Easton Peltier with 14. And for the Braves, it's a little 5-0 run as they're back within 9. 5:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Zemer in the front court. Zemer will see this one now as they give it to Blix on the weave to Lorenz. Lorenz, top of the key, the three, bucket! Cash Lorenz with the triple, his fourth of the contest, and Central Cass leads it by 12. Turmont breaks the press as they do. Jumper up, then in for two on the way for Chase Peltier. And this fourth quarter reminds me a lot of the first quarter where these two teams are flying up and down and getting field goals. 5:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. Central Cass leads it by 10 in a State A quarterfinal. Zemer left and inside. Slip pass now to Blix. Blix at the free throw line. He'll leave it to Christensen, right wing. Now right to the key to Lorenz. He'll take the screen. Lorenz bounce pass on the interior. Good help by Turtle Mountain as Trottier able to deflect this one out of bounds. We'll get Breland, Boer, and Holland to check in, but first there's a media timeout on the floor. It's Central Cass up by 10 with 5:06 to play in the fourth.
Upgrade your toolbox and tackle any project with the latest from Ada Building Center, LLC. They've added a massive 24-foot Diablo display filled with everything you need, brand new to the store. From circular saw blades to framing blades and metal drilling solutions and diamond cutting concrete blades, Diablo has it all. Need fine finish or general purpose wood blades? High-performance crew driving bits? They've got you covered. Stop by Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge in Ada, and see the Diablo difference for yourself. Your next project starts here.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Broadcasting from on the timeout again, brought to you in part by Nodec Insurance Company. Chris Moan and alongside Mr. Lamb, your agents with answers in Grand Forks and Lakota. Broadcasting today from the Pregame State A quarterfinals as Zemer will inbound at 5:06 to play here in the fourth quarter. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass right inside this one by Trottier. Throws it off of Lorenz, and it will be a turnover here for Central Cass. For this Braves team, they can just kind of feel it, trying to get the momentum on their side as Davis will check in. As Frederick will check out, Davis will check in. Full court pressure defense here for Central Cass. And for the Braves right now, we said it just a few moments ago when they were down 14, they needed a three. They got one by Dakota. Got it within 11, now back within 10. Right-handed side, here's a drive to the paint, and the near end one for Chase Peltier. Good move by Chase. As he got to the right wing, took the screen, no help came, and Chase went right to the dish and he nearly got the end one. Foul will be on Keegan Peterson, his second, the team's first of the quarter, in free throw attempts upcoming here for Chase Peltier. Peltier, free throw attempt on the first will go long, and for the Braves right now, at the free throw line in this contest, they're 4 of 8 from the stripe. Free throw attempt number 2 is in and out, no good. Rebound is loose and eventually going to be won by Zemer. Slip pass to Peterson. Peterson will see this one back to Zemer. Zemer trying to get across the timeline, can't turn over. Davis gets the steal. Davis working with it the other way. Breland to the right baseline. Here's a 3! Easton Peltier, have yourself a game. He's got 17. The Braves back within 7. Squirrels break the press. Here goes Holland, right-handed layup for 2. Easton Holland with a backbreaker if you're Turtle Mountain on that full court pressure defense, but the Squirrels, once they've broken the pressure, they've been able to get easy layups, as we see there with Holland. Peltier driving kick left and inside Davis. Davis will see it, 4:15 to play in the fourth quarter. A little back cut on the way, extra pass. Here goes Holland, here goes Peltier. Another 3. Easton Peltier from the left baseline, and the Braves are back within 6. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Boer backcourt to Zemer. Zemer up the floor to Boer. Boer to the baseline now, left and inside to Holland. Holland takes the dribble, uses up the drive, now gives it to Zemer. Zemer with it, makes his way to the paint, right-handed layup for 2. Andrew Zemer ball fake to the right baseline. The paint opened up and he had an easy Thursday afternoon stroll. Braves will go the other side. Peterson gets the steal. Peterson outlet pass to Holland. Holland wants to work with it now as a timeout for Matt Norman. I got helter-skelter, but the helter-skelter has allowed the Squirrels to lead by 8. 3:36 to play in the fourth quarter. Don't you go anywhere here from the Forgado.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Broadcasting from the Mitch Middendorf Agency broadcast booth. Your agents with answers in Castleton with solid protection and quality products. Get in touch with Mitch at 347-4401. Turtle Mountain looking for their first win at a state tournament in boys basketball since 1997. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, looking to see if they can make it back to the semifinals for the first time since they won it all in the Class B ranks back in 2023. Boer will see this one now as both teams with one timeout remaining, under 3:20 to play in the fourth. Zemer gives this one up top to Boer. Boer at the top, the key to Lorenz. Lorenz rips it through to the paint. Finger roll, layup up off the iron, no. Rebound is loose, and coming away with it is going to be Chase Peltier. Now to Breland, finds it, who's got the hot hand with Easton Peltier. Extra pass, Davis, left wing 3. That'll go long. Rebound tipped down, and eventually this one will make its way as we'll see it to turn them out in the three-pointer, no, by Breland. Put back, Davis, yes! Davis has 7, and the Braves are back within 6. And we get a officials timeout here, just for tipping the ball into the student section. So that was just be a warning. 2:54 to play in the fourth quarter. Turtle Mountain down by 2 possessions. Central Cass. Turtle Mountain played to a 62-60 game back in January in Devil's Lake, in which the Squirrels won by 2. Zemer in the front court, 2:45 to play. Full court press by the Braves. They see it now to Holland. Back right-handed side the baseline, Zemer. Zemer with it in the interior. Slip pass, Boer. Left wing three-pointer is off the iron. No one box down Holland. Put back for Easton, yes! Easton Holland with 16 points. Central Cass leads it by 8. Up the floor, left and inside, Easton Peltier to the baseline to Breland. Breland makes his way to the paint, finger roll, layup, no, rebound to Lorenz. Lorenz will see this with a head of steam. Lorenz to the right wing. Lorenz, finger roll, layup, up and in. A little 4-0 run here for Central Cass. Lorenz has 20. Central Cass leads it by 10. Left and inside goes Peltier. Easton with the skip pass to his brother Chase. Extra fine Davis. Right wing three-pointer is up short. Grazes the front iron. Rebound to Holland. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Central Cass with Zemer. Finds it to Blix. Blix with it. Up the floor now to Holland. Holland at the left wing. Skips it to Lorenz. Lorenz tees up a right wing 3. Yes! And that could be the dagger. Mr. Cash Lorenz, how do you do? His 5th three-pointer of the contest. Central Cass leads it by 13. Here goes now Easton Peltier, left and inside for the Braves as they give it back up top to Chase. Chase gets walled off by Zane, but a foul here for Blix. His third, the team's second with 1:32 to play in the fourth quarter. We got a media timeout on the floor. It's the Central Cass Squirrels 70, Tournament the Braves 57 here from the Forgano.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Still to come on our post-game show, our final stats, player of the game, play of the contest, that and more still to come. And we'll try to get to hear from a couple of members of the winning team as well. Turtle Mountain will see this one on the inbounds. Chase Peltier, and this will be a 5 count. Or do we get a timeout beforehand? So we'll get a timeout to save the possession for DJ McGillis. So Turtle Mountain now with no timeouts remaining for the remainder and duration of this game. Broadcasting today here from the Fargo on YourLiveEvent.com. The winner of this game will make their way to 6:30 tomorrow night for the state semis. The loser will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Next game here on the top end of the bracket features 4 wins Minnewacan and Shiloh Christian. That game going to be closer to a 3 o'clock opening tip. Then you got Devils Lake Dunseat tonight at 6:30 with Beulah Wahpeton in the nightcap at 8:15. The 1 seed of Devils Lake, the 2 of Central Cass, the 3 of 4 wins Minnewacan, and rounding out the top 4, the Beulah Miners. So the Braves saved the possession, but now they can't stop the clock from here on out in terms of timeouts. They inbound it this time. Easton Peltier in the backcourt. Peltier will rise from the right wing. He'll shoot the three-pointer. That's going to come up short. Holland with the rebound. Then there's a foul on the Braves. Foul will be assessed here on Chase Peltier. His second, team's third after a rebound there for Easton Holland. The Central Cass Squirrels with 2 fouls compared to now the 3 for Turtle Mountain. Full court pressure defense for the Braves. Breland on the guard of Zemer. Zemer sees this one up the floor to Holland. Holland at the left wing with the pass. We'll give it back up top. Lorenz. Lorenz at the top of the key, and there's a foul. Foul on Dakota. His third. So we got 3 on Breland Peltier. That's Easton, and 3 for Dakota. As for Central Cass, with Zemer up the far sideline now. Right in front of the scores table, will inbound the basketball as he does in the backcourt to Lorenz. And if you're Central Cass, all about being tough, trying to take the last 70 seconds away of this game. Holland with the basketball, making his way inside the paint. Holland, drive and kick, right-hand side, might have got a little ankle roll. Three-pointer on the way by Boers, no good. Rebound going to be one here to Chase Peltier. Peltier wants to run up the floor, and there's a foul as Lorenz hits the deck. Chase Peltier with 9 points. Lorenz will be the guilty party as he went up to try to block the shot. So Cash will pick up the foul, his second, team's third, and 2 free throws here for Chase Peltier. 56.3 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Looks to be like Easton Holland's all right. He went to go drive, and as he went to go pass the basketball to a teammate, that's where the rolled ankle just kind of with a couple of defenders there for Turtle Mountain. Free throw attempt is up and in for Chase. Chase Peltier now with 7. His brothers got 20 as the Peltier brothers have combined for 30 of the Braves' 58. Turtle Mountain making a couple of substitutions here alongside with Central Cass as the Squirrels will bring in Connor Lorenz into the game. Also checking in here will be Blaze Cotton as well for Central Cass. As the Braves will see Malachi Feather into the contest. Free throw attempt number 2 is going to go long. Rebound is loose, and eventually will be last touch, and it will be Turtle Mountain basketball. Braves also will make another substitution as Eno, the 5'10 junior guard, will check in. Central Cass will see Riley Hansen, a 6'5 senior, checking in for Easton Holland. Free throw attempts, inbounds comes in, and this one is loose, and eventually Boer will come away with a steal. 50 seconds to play. It looks like Turtle Mountain will not foul. So Central Cass just needs to bring the ball up the floor, run a good possession, milk some time, play one more possession of defense, and the Squirrels will make their way to the semifinals, as there's going to be a timeout here for Matt Norman, but this is more of a substitution timeout on the way, as Central Cass will see Kellen Crochet into the game. Also Hunter Hagness will check in as well. Nice round of applause for the Central Cass faithful in attendance for their respective starters here as they will make their way to the semifinals and either have a date with 4 Winds Milwaukee or Shiloh Christian. Connor Lorenz right-handed side now to Riley Hansen. Hansen with it left-handed side as the Squirrels will take the pass as they do. Hansen up top. Hansen will hand this one off to Lorenz. Lorenz with the basketball, left-handed side on the weave now to Crochet. Teardrop, no. Rebound, putback. Hansen, yes. The senior with the putback here for Central Cass. 72-57, 13 seconds to play in the contest. 3-pointer short. Rebound eventually comes down to Kellen Crochet, and the Squirrels will see this one out of bounds. Last touch here by Lattiser, the 6-foot sophomore forward. Lorenz checks out, able to see Brooks Urbis get in, so everybody that was rostered and dressed able to play here for Central Cass, as the Squirrels will make their way to the semifinals with a victory today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, 72-58. The Central Cass Squirrels will make their way to the state semifinals coming up tomorrow at 6:30 with the win over the Turtle Mountain Braves. We're back with more on our post-game show, our Enbridge player of the game, our Agassi Precision Egg play of the contest, Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, that and more still to come a little bit later on here today from the Forgano.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
We come back here on our post-game show. One of our players of the game brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. Easton Holland finishing with 16 points here in this contest. And Easton, he knew Turtle Mountain was going to be a good one tonight, obviously, going into it. Second time you played them. But what did you just kind of see from your team to build the lead there in the second half? And particularly once they got it back within 6 or 7, you got a field goal. Cash was able to get, a couple of made buckets there, get it back to 12 points. What did you see from that stretch from you guys there late in the second half?
Yeah, we knew right away going into that they were going to be a tough team. We were down a lot in the first half the first time we played them. So we knew we had to come out strong right away and hopefully get up enough right away that we can, coast a little bit.
Able to earn a win here, get to the state semifinals. Just what you see from your team for 32 minutes of basketball and a new venue, a new floor that you hope to kind of acclimate yourself a little bit and get ready for the semifinals tomorrow here, Houston.
Yeah, we see a lot. Like these guys are amazing, all of them. Like right away, just moving the ball, and their press on us was really hard to beat, but we came together and we beat it together.
Ben Nelson came in and played some valuable minutes as well. 5 points in the third quarter. He had to add one. What did you see from Mr. Ben?
Oh, he's awesome as well. Just being able to come in for me when I'm tired or, get those boards. He's a big guy, so it's really nice.
Able to get rebounds, 16 points, 9 rebounds, a couple assists and steals here for Easton Hall. And Easton, last thing, biggest thing from this game that you hope to carry over, whether it's Shiloh or 4 Winds Milwaukee, is what as they get ready for the semis?
Probably just to play strong together and, and keep moving the ball. That's all I gotta say.
Easton, we'll let you go enjoy this one. Best of luck. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Easton Holland with us here on the post-game show. He is one of our players of the game, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to enbridge.com for career opportunities here as the Central Cass Squirrels win it 72-58 here as they able to pick up the victory on your live event.com, as that is go to enbridge.com. Again, Enbridge Energy for Life. Is joining us now from the Central Cass Squirrels perspective is the head coach. That's Matt Norman. As taking a look at the final numbers in this one, Holland almost finished with a double-double. Cash Lawrence 23 points, a couple of timely threes. He had 5 of them today. Cole Boer also with 6 points. Andrew Zemer, don't know any more superlatives you can say about that guy with 16 points. But Matt, biggest thing was what? Because you knew Turmont was going to make a couple of runs at you, and they got it back within 6. But then, Cash hits a 3, Easton gets a field goal, Lorenz hits another one, got it back within 12. So what did you see from your team when the momentum was favoring Turtle Mountain late in that contest?
First off, Turtle Mountain needs some absolute accolades and praise. They didn't go away. They got a great team, and DJ does such a great job with those guys. And so credit to them. They made it real challenging for us. But it did show some resiliency. One of our timeouts there at the end of the third into the fourth was, hey, we just needed to take a breath. We got to breathe a little tiny bit. We shot ourselves in the foot enough, and it was just because we were maybe at times being too unselfish, or maybe at times we were playing a little too fast. There just wasn't a lot of rhythm there, and they did a great job of getting themselves centered back in and ready to play tomorrow night, which is awesome. And we're just so blessed to have this opportunity. And when the kids get a chance to shine and they grab that opportunity, I'm just so proud to be their coach. So
I got 2 more questions for you, Matt. We'll let you go celebrate and figure out who your opponent's going to be here with Shiloh and 4 wins Milwaukee. Cash Lawrence had some timely threes when you needed him to, particularly in the second half. What can you say about his performance today?
It was great. I mean, it's just who Cash is. He's got a different kind of compete in him. And so, we even saw him getting some big boards that we needed, especially when we were struggling to score it. He came in and got a big, huge rebound for us just to stop them and slow them down a little bit. So offensively, we rely on him heavily, and he's a great scorer. He's put in tons of work to make sure that his ability to score is as diversified as possible. But he does a great job of leading us, too. And so he's such a great kid. I'm proud of him.
Final thing, this atmosphere after having morning shoot around, after playing in a really good crowd environment here today for both Central Cass, Turtle Mountain coming in. What's game 1 of a state tournament like now that you know what this environment is, understanding that you got over 24 hours to get ready for the next game? What's the next 24 hours for you and this coaching staff here, Matt?
Yeah, for us as coaches, I got guys changing right now to get into the stands to make sure that they can get this game scouted. I'll be up there too. We'll rewatch it back here tonight. We assign games, so we've got the 2 opponents both scouted, at least initially. So we're as ready as we can be. But now it's just about making sure that we got all those nerves out. We settle in. We try to create a routine. Hopefully we do well again tomorrow. But it's going to be a challenge, man. I talked to you and everybody before the state tournament started. I think the 1 through 8s are the gap is nearly as big as it has been in years past, and so we've got to bring our A game quite literally, or we're going to get bounced.
Yeah.
So. Survive, play again. But
that's all that matters. We'll see you in the semifinals tomorrow night, Matt.
Hey, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
That again, Matt Norman, head coach for the Central Cass Squirrels, joining us here on the post-game show as there's 72-58 again, your final for Central Cass. We go from there to our Agassiz feature precision egg play of the contest, and it's the 3-point line here for the Squirrels in terms of how they were able to make them. They go 7 of 17. All shot by 2 individuals. Cash Lorenz went 5 of 10. Cole Boer went 2 of 7, compared to the 5 of 21 for Turtle Mountain, as they're able to see this on the way. Again, 5 of 10 for Cash Lorenz with Beyond the Arc, and Cole Boer went 2 of 7. The 3-point line, the difference maker here in this one, and the Central Cass Squirrels pick up the win. That is brought to you in part by Agassiz, your local precision planting dealer. For more information, go online to Agassiz Precision website at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. From there to our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, Andrew Zemer, 16 points on 7 of 9 shooting, all went inside the arc. He would finish with 4 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 assists. Mr. Andrew Zemer is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Discover reliability you can trust at Halstead Telephone Company. It's how to connect at halsteadtel.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, final numbers before a bit of ado. Shiloh Christian 4 wins Milwaukee on the floor. Here from the Fargo.
In agriculture, the one thing you can count on is uncertainty. What if the GPS short circuits in your tractor? Do you have equipment breakdown coverage? Nodak Insurance has been insuring farmers and ranchers for over 70 years, and we've come across about every scenario you can imagine. Hi, I'm Chris Moen, your agent with answers at Nodak Insurance Company. I know insurance, I know North Dakota, and I might even know you. Call me today for details on how we can protect your farming operation at 757-1613.
Our Peterson Farm seed reps real-life seed heroes? Well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. When time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson Farm seed reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson Farm Seed. We're that kind of seed company.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more.
Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Imagine your life in Hillsborough, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsborough, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsborough has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsborough, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Final numbers as we look like this here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Central Cass Squirrels would shoot 51.9% from the floor as they would shoot 28 of 54. They would go 7 of 13 from 3, 9 of 11 from the line, 31 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 turnovers. Turtle Mountain would finish 42% shooting from the floor at 24 of 57. They go 5 of 21 from 3, 5 of 11 from the stripe, 34 rebounds, 7 assists, and they would have 15 turnovers as well. Individually, Cash Lorenz, 23 points on 8 of 15 shooting. He goes 2 for 2 from the stripe with 4 rebounds, 2 assists here for Cash. Easton Holland, 16 points on 6 of 11 shooting, 4 of 6 from the line, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. Zemer, 16 points on 7 of 9 shooting with 4 rebounds and 4 steals. From there, you got Cole Boer, 6 points, couple of rebounds, 2 threes. Ben Nelson, 5 points with 3 rebounds here today. Riley Hansen gets in the scoring column with 2 points, and Zane Blix with 2 points, and Jackson Deutsch with 2 points as well. For Turtle Mountain, Easton Peltier, 20 points on 7 of 13 shooting. He hit 3 triples here today. 10 points for Chase Peltier, as you also had 7 for Wes Davis with a made 3-pointer and 4 rebounds here for Wes. 6 points for William Breland with 6 points. He had 6 points for Frederick. He had 3 points for Dakota, 2 on the way for Shire Dakota, 3 again for Taven Dakota. Also from there, 2 points for Asher Trottier and 2 points for LaFountain here today for Turtle Mountain. So with the win, Central Cass will play tomorrow at 6:30. Again, your final 72-58 over Turtle Mountain. Central Cass will play the winner of 4 wins Milwaukee and Shiloh Christian at 6:30, while Turtle Mountain will play the loser tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the consolation semifinals. That's a look at our final numbers here today on YourLiveEvent.com. As Central Cass, well, they made it to the state tournament in 2023, and they found themselves playing for a state championship in the old Class B. They'll look to try to do the same here one more time as well, but now in the Division A. Also, A Final for you up at the Mountain State Dome, the number 2 seed, the Ray Jays over North Star, 85-60. So that's a look at your final numbers. Until tomorrow night at about 6:15 for a pregame. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning into our broadcast, and join us for more tomorrow for Central Cass semifinal basketball against either Shiloh Christian or Four Winds Milwaukee. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day.